Good morning. Good morning to all of you. Good morning. It's another great opportunity for us to be able to share with you during this enhanced community quarantine. This is brought to you by Dental Marketing Philippines, and we're basically going to give you more information about this pandemic. At the same time, what do we expect after this enhanced community quarantine? As we know for the fact that this has been extended to April 30, and we just hope that this will also bring good things to us. But before we proceed with our presentation, but before we proceed with our who we are and what we do, I would just like to give a short prayer. But today, because today is a Good Friday, so for those who would want to watch with us, let us pause for just a few seconds to pray that this pandemic will end very, very soon. Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit, Amen. Thank you very much. Thank you, Father, Son, the Holy Spirit. Amen. All right. So as we await for some of the viewers, we are basically dental marketing. We are the one giving you tools for the dental dentist specifically, give you tools in terms of social media. We are also going to give you website. We are doing website. We have what we call these chatbots, the AI and artificial intelligence, and we do lectures a lot, and we also organize our own events. Okay, so let's proceed with the presentation. Before last April 7, I'm actually very fortunate enough because I was able to interview our president, Dr. Stephen P. Almonte. He's the president of Philippine Dental Association, and discuss about the work leadership in times of crisis. And it was a good question and answers. So there's actually a lot of information that were extracted there, and I'd like to really uh, congratulate PDA as a whole. At the same time, a lot of dentists were able to identify their needs, were able to identify where the welfare trust fund goes. So it was a great discussions, and it was a great opportunity for me to really be the conduit in doing so. Okay, so April 13, so that would be 3 days from now, I would like to invite all of you there or watching right now in their home, that there will be another lecture. So this will be given a very good cousin of mine. He's a medical director. He's been a PMA governor, Philippine Medical Association governor several times, and he has served the Philippine Medical Association for the longest time. And he's Dr. Luisito L. Ruiz, and he's going to be talking about the front line. So medically ours, strong immunity, strong mentality, and medical perspective. So again, this is a free webinar which I basically give it to all the dentists out there during this enhanced or what we call the ECQ. So because we can only do so much. This is the thing that we can provide. This is the thing that we can really share to all the dentists out there without fee. Okay. So next would be, this is another great topic. So you will be able to learn from Dr. Matthew Gillespie itself. This is gonna be April 16 at 10 a.m. So we basically give you lectures and seminars every 10 a.m. in the morning Manila time. Kahit this is directly from Texas. He is from Texas, Houston, USA, and the topic is an alternative approach to the traditional dental model using biomimetic, restorative dentistry to build a value-based dental practice. So I was also fortunate enough that I was able really to invite him to talk about this biomimetic dentistry. Okay, so again, I'm really would want really to give this presentation to all the dentists who are resting, who are working while they are at home. So while they're at home, we wanted to really sharpen our skills in terms of your discipline. Again, in practice management, you need three things, right? So you need uh, your skills, your mastery of your skills, your marketing, and also the management itself. Practice management, it takes a lot of hours also for us to be able to lecture that. Okay. So now we have another one. So this is a really a great opportunity for me to to share with you because this April 17, so that would be again 10 a.m., there will be another webinar brought to you by Dental Marketing Philippines. And this is Untold Secrets Establishing a Successful Geriatric Mobile Dental Program. Okay, so this is, you know, a lot of dentists in the country today is really not practicing geriatric yet, no more on posto. But this is a great avenue for you to be able to have successful geriatric mobile dental program. So it's going to be a lucrative business at the same time, a lucrative practice, I would say. Okay. Next. So this is it. Today is April 10. It's a good Friday. At the same time, it's a good day for me to be able to lecture. The topic is pandemic, its effect to your dental practice and the dental business. Okay. Sino po ba si Mr. Roche Ruiz? Just to give you a brief overview of who am I and what I do. So I am Roche Ruiz. I am a graduate of Letran College, and I took up my master's degree in perpetual health Rizal. And I was the author of I've Met Stupid Dentist. Okay, huwag po kayo magalit sa akin. So until you've read all the content of that dental marketing book, so that book is supposed to be released this first week of April. And unfortunate enough that we were able to we got into the quarantine, and so the new release would be announced the soonest possible time. But this is a great book. This is a 150 pages book. And I talk about the dental marketing and different approaches. And of course, we do have also several articles there from our guest. Okay, I would like to continue the Kabuklod Foundation, wherein we bring students to education for college education. We also have credit Kabuklods. I would just like to give you a big shout out to our members there. And I'm also the founder of Master Academy, wherein we do lectures, we do trainings, we do courses, and we organize events. I'm also yours truly, Roche P. Ruiz. MBA is actually the Vice President for Philippine Advocates for Consultants and Trainers. So this is a community of consultants, the community of experts, community of trainers and speakers all over the country. And we also have a coffee shop. And for the dentists out there to be able to relate with me, of course, I am the founder of Dental Marketing Philippines. And as I've said kanina po, this is what I do and this is what I bring to the table. I was able to help a lot of dentists. So far, we do have 28 clients who are continuously getting our service. At the same time, KGR Dental Center po, it's a clinic, KGR Dental Clinic. We do have a clinic in the South, and we wanted to be the best in the South. But of course, we wanted really to provide services for the Filipino people, especially in Las Piñas and also in Parañaque. Okay, so that is yours truly. Thank you very much for those who are tuned in right now. Maraming salamat po. I hope we'll be able to impart you what I've done wrong and what I've done right. You can comment, no? You can comment if I'm coming clearly or there's a problem with the audio, and of course we'll be able to arrest that as we go along. Okay, now here's the topic. This is a webinar presentation brought to you by your Master Marketing, Roche Ruiz po, and Dental Marketing Philippines. So pandemic, its effect to your dental profession and dental business. Okay, pandemic. This is not epidemic. Effect to your dental profession, because whether you like it or not, you are now affected. We are all affected. The dental profession really was hit very hard of this pandemic. And dental business. Yes, you've heard it right. When we talk about your clinic, it's also affected by this pandemic. So it's effect to your dental profession and dental business. Okay, so I'll proceed. So when we talk about, I've discussed this several times. I presented several chapters already. I was able to also lecture this to some international congress also. As a matter of fact, just for your information, I was able to discuss this 2018 was 2017 in Las Vegas, and I was also able to discuss the dental profession and dental practice in Massachusetts 2018. Supposed to be this year, we'll be going to Canada for another session of dental marketing, but unfortunate that we're able to have this kind of pandemic, But today, I always would like to discuss the dental profession and dental business. I always ask this: is it the same for the dentists out there? I'm going to ask you: is it the same? So pareho po ba sila? A lot of people are saying, yeah, pareho lang yan. No, a lot of people will say yes. Actually, just to give you a brief overview, when I started doing the lectures of dental marketing, and ito po yung nangyari, during siguro mga 4 years ago, isa lang yan, of course. A lot of dentists will say, probably 80% will say, pareho lang po yan. Dental profession and dental business, pareho lang po yan. But during the recent presentation that I had during the first quarter of this year, no, and even the last quarter of 2019, I was very, very impressed that almost, 99%, almost probably 97% of those dentists are aware now that when you talk about dental profession, it is your dental practice. And when we talk about dental business, it is your clinic. Tama po. Okay. So, why? Because dental profession is your practice and dental business, and then dental clinic is a business. Why? Because your business must be able to provide salary, your business must be able to provide inventory, supplies, pay taxes, etc., etc. Marami pong kailangan, and this is a business. So we will also be able to discuss with that. That's why when you do have dental clinic, it is a must for you out there, to all the dentists who are watching right now, that your professional tax receipt is your right to practice, right? Is the right for you to be able to practice your profession, but it does not give you the right to do business. Okay, so we'll discuss that later po. Next. So these are the common questions that I've encountered. This is the advanced question that I have received throughout when I did announce that there will be presentations with this avenue for this particular topic. And number one, what will I expect when I reopen my clinic? So this is a classic question po that would like to be able to provide you more information and answers. And number two, what are the necessary precautionary measures do I and my staff have to do in order for us to be safe? No? And number three, how much will I charge now? Will I lower it for me to be able to get momentum, or high to get back on sales traction? Yan. So this is another very debatable topic or questions. How much will I charge now? Because of all the things that I have to invest with this PPEs and some other equipment, etc. So how much will I charge now? Will I lower it for me to be able to get the momentum, or high? Will I charge my patient high to get back on sales traction? So we'll provide you some recommendations probably at the end part of the slides. So as we await for more viewers, thank you very much for those who are watching right now. I really appreciate your support, and please continue to share this so that we'll be able to provide more information to all the dentists out there, to Dr. Pasha, Dr. Frontera. Thank you very much for watching, and I really appreciate your support. Now, so we'll be able to discuss some of the trends in terms of global dental business. We're also going to provide you more information on industry insights on equipment, and we'll also have Philippine industry insights. So we're also going to provide you just a basic, of course, for the fact that we do have a lot of information around the country about COVID-19. We have a one research in dentistry. Yeah, I think we're not able to include that in the presentation. ADA, FDI, appeal and protocol. So this is specifically for the dentist po out there. We have PDA guidelines. So ito po, we have just discussed with Dr. Stephen last April 7, and they will be coming up with some of the guidelines very, very soon, and protocol. Then we also have, we were going to touch on the trends, and we're also going to touch on the government support, and are you qualified or not, recommendations and suggestions on the later part of our presentations. Okay, Alan, Sheila, Dr. Gonzalez, and for those who are watching right now, thank you very much. Now, and marami na po ang nanonood sa atin, and really appreciate your support with this particular. Don't hesitate to ask questions. Don't hesitate to really share this so that we can be able to provide more information to the dentists out there. Now, I would just like to give you a brief review of the global dental business. So ano po ba yung global dental business? Yeah, dental market is projected to cross 60 billion by the year of 2024. And we firmly believe that because these are the research from Pitch Solutions, and we're able to get a lot of information because yours truly subscribes with all the newsletter of this. Okay, and there's a lot of opportunity for us. There will be a lot of disposable income of people globally. That was this research was actually made before this COVID-19 and mounting awareness of the importance of oral hygiene because keeping them all clean. So there will be a lot of global dental market. We're basically going back to the glory of earning more as a dental business, as a dental clinic, and a dental distribution, dental equipment, and everything with regards to dentistry. It's really a good business. Okay? Hi po, Dr. Karzua. Thank you very much. So increasing market share globally in the dental care. So I'm talking about before this pandemic. Actually, there's actually a lot of opportunities. Yours truly was able to get several partners from international market, international company because really dentistry is a booming industry. Dentistry is a great market because we do have a lot of collaboration. Last year we were able to plan about what are we going to do in the 2020. So as you can see there, win-win, success, teamwork, and we do have several products that is already in the pipeline. Ang dami po naming mga products for the dentist to really serve them in terms of also serving their patients at the same time. But this presentation, these slides, this research is actually made or it actually comes out last January before this pandemic. No, hindi po natin na anticipate that this is going to be a very big problem today. Now, so global dental market by segments, products by this is actually by segments. Last 2019 po, this was results of the research made by Berkshires and Pitch Solutions. So all of my references are basically at the end of the slides. So we have great revenue. We have a great opportunity if you are in the preventive dental care market. So nandito po yung home care. So if you're also practicing in this kind of practice, this is also a great opportunity for you to get more sales or get more treatments, or get more cases and get more patients. Another one is dental restorative markets. So we know for the fact that cosmetic will always be there, but based on the research, these are the seven. These are the top 7 that will make a good avenue in terms of practice, in terms of business or products. Prosthetics, prosto implants, and we also have dental orthodontics. We also have dental equipment market. So these are the businesses that you might want to look into before this pandemic. Again, I would just like to continue with the demand trends. Ito naman po yung demand trends, yung mga pasyente. So I've written there. So this is basically all of the words that are written here. For years, we've known that 3 primary factors have combined to shape the demand curve for dental care. Number 1, number of patients seeking care. A lot of patients are seeking care. For especially ngayon nga po, we're very surprised that a lot of patients are really trying to ask, "Are you open? Can we have a treatment now? Can we do have a checkup? Can we do have a root canal, etc." But as much as possible, we don't accept patients today unless it's purely super duper emergency. Number 2, the number of patients or number of procedures for each patient increases. Ang dami na po nating pwedeng magawa, ang dami na po nating pwedeng i-offer, ang dami na po nating i-add on in terms of service and the products, especially if the patient is already our old patient. We can be able to give more treatment protocol or procedures that will also increase our revenue as a business. And number 3, we also have the number of service alternatives. So a lot of dentists now would like to go into preventive care. So they are giving supplements, they are giving SDF, They're giving different kinds of materials for the other alternatives. So, even the clear aligners, no? So these are ang dami na po ngayon. So the demand trends in terms of dentistry is really huge. So we really have a great opportunity. We really have a great, we're actually looking forward for 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024, because they have identified that this 5-year period will really bring good avenue or bring income and even revenue for all the dental business owners and the dentists who are practicing at the clinic as a business. Okay, so we'll proceed. Again, thank you very much for those who are watching from Davao, from Antipolo City Chapter, Dr. Christian Masangkay. Thank you very much. All you have to do is just, you can also do a live video comments, just share where you are from or your chapters. I hope to be able to also do a presentation there. And this is it. No? We now come to our part of the research in trends of 2024. So this is a trend, a 5-year trend, and they were able to identify that this is a great 5-year period for dental business and practice trends. If you're practicing prosthodontics po, you are in good business. So of course, as again, I would just like to remind each and everyone that this practice is this research from Preach Solutions and Berkshire are actually from 2019 released po ito, and we're just reiterating now before we have received or before we have this what you call the pandemic. So if you're practicing prosthodontics, you have great career in 5 years, up to 2024. And if you're also doing orthodontics, you are actually also in a good practice for the next 5 years. Dr. Somebody's watching, Dr. Dangaran, Dr. Carlos Tapitan from Davao. Thank you very much for watching. Really appreciate your support. Don't hesitate to ask questions, and don't hesitate also to share this information. And if you're watching, please let me know where chapter are you, so that we can really shout out to your good chapter. If you're practicing implant dentistry, this is a great avenue also for you to be able to invest in terms of your learnings. Implant in dentistry is really a good trend. 2019 up to 2024, this is the top trends. And if you're, of course, practicing cosmetic or aesthetic dentistry, you are in good market. Your practice can easily be marketed. And as you can see in here, there's going to be 5.9 average. So this is what we call the growth per year compared to other specialty, which is only at 3.9. So when we talk about CAGR, as you can see there, CAGR po, no? Ito po yung tinatawag nating compound average growth rate. So basically, if you're going to just do it on a number share, so we just have to, for example, kumikita po kayo ng 100,000 every month. So all you have to do is just add 5,900 every month. And that is what we call the compound growth average. So if you're going to earn like 100,000 January, you're going to earn 105,900 February, and you're going to add another 5.9% out of that 105,900. So it's going to be 120,000 by March. By April, it's going to be 140. By June, by May, you're going to have 200,000 by May. So until you reach all the average in terms of income, just add 5.9%. But in other specialty, 3.9% lang po ang nadadagdag. Okay? So, but it's still a good practice. Sabi ko nga po, for this 5-year trend, we're going to have great practice irregardless of your specialty as a dentist. So there's really a great opportunity. There's really a big future for dentistry before this pandemic. No? And maybe even after pandemic, you'll never know. That would be part of the slides in the later slides. Okay? So, and also the practice trends, earning CPD points will be easier. No? As you can see, PDA also have their own webinar, and this is also part of the webinar. If you want to be able to get some of the certifications, we'll be able to provide that. Of course, we just have to give you a printing fee, and of course the shipment. But we just hindi na pala. We're just going to email you, when this pandemic is done. And new products will support and aid dentists in their practice. Also, seminars and lectures will drastically improve. There will be a lot of foreign lecturers will be coming to the Philippines, and computer system will reach milestones in 2022 to 2025. So inside the dental practice, we'll be able to provide the management system, and we'll be able to slowly eliminate index cards, no? So yan na po ang trend, 2019 up to 2024, even up to 2025, no? But unfortunately, this event really happens that we really just have to continuously learning through this webinar. Again, thank you very much for those who are watching. For those who like to get more information about several topics and several lectures that we do have, we also have several interviews with great doctors. All you have to do is just like the page of Dental Marketing page, Dental Marketing Philippines page, and you'll be able to get more updates for free. We are not charging for you to be able to like and see these webinars. And what do you need to know after 4 years? What you need to know is there will be 19% increase in cases. So this was again reported by Berkshire NP Solution. So all the references, and again, I said, is in the later part of the slides. But as you can see, ang sarap. Ang sarap po ng pakaramdam that you're going to practice with a 19% increase in cases and 22.5% increase in profit. Wow. I would want to be a dentist and continuously practice for life until my retirement. But you have to know that there will also be, this is another lecture of mine, yung dental professional life cycle. How many years for you to be able to practice? How many years lang po kayo magpa-practice? When do you start and when do you stop? Actually, based on my researches, based on the actual experience that we do have several times with the focus group discussion, 35 to 40 years, you're done. Okay, but you can still continue being to be able to monitor your branches. So okay, again, thank you very much for those who are watching. Let's proceed. So great avenue, great dentist, great opportunity for the dentists who are out there. For 5 years, you're gonna go big time. The revenue will go on. Then we'll see this. So another one, this is a global cosmetic dentistry market by product. So as you can see in CAGR, so in CAGR again is a compound average growth rate. So there will be a great avenue in terms of putting ortho, dental implants, of course, restorative market. And as you can see, others can take over some of the procedures there. But as I said, this 4 major practice discipline will give you an edge, will give you 2% edge in terms of you practicing other discipline of dentistry. Another one, Dr. Zizra Juller, thank you very much for watching. You are from Pandacan, and I hope you're enjoying this presentation as we continue to give you more information about this. And let's proceed with industry insights on equipment. Now, mga doctors, marami pong salamat sa inyo. Even the avenue for equipment is really increasing. So we have 4.5% compound average growth, and the growth can be attributed to key factors such as rising demand for dental procedures, prevalence of dental disorders, and the rise of medical tourism. Now, I know for the fact that some of you are doing dental tourism as much as we do. We also have but that is another topic. So, but we do have what they call the dental tourism package for our clinic in Parañaque. So we provide dental tourism, and I'm telling you, it's a great avenue also for practice. Furthermore, rising geriatric population and demand for preventive, restorative, and surgical services for dental is likely to boost the growth. So geriatric po. As I said, geriatric is a great avenue for your practice. Okay? So let's continue with this presentation as we're talking about geriatric. So we're going to have geriatric tooth fairy. So this is going to be, as I said earlier, so watch out for April 17 at 10 a.m. in this page, Dental Marketing Philippines. Also, don't hesitate to come, just like, and you will be notified, and you will be notified for this presentation. Okay, so April 17, 10 a.m. Manila time, live at Dental Marketing Philippines. You can always join us for free. The Untold Secret, establishing a successful geriatric mobile dental program. So let's proceed with the Philippine dental industry insights. dental services. As I said, as I always say, maraming salamat po sa inyo. We are in the right business. So even if now you are currently experiencing low income, currently you're experiencing no income at all, no business at all, don't worry. Dentistry is still one of the fastest growing market in healthcare industry in the Philippines. And according to CDC, even 37%. This is in US market, but economic Philippine dental service generates roughly blank million per year in patient fees. Any dentist who would like to comment why is it blank? Because secret. So the patients really doesn't really ask for official receipts already. And of course, we know for the fact that once official receipts are submitted to BIR for recommendation or for compilation, and that will be reflected in the economy, and that will be reflected in the data and statistics. That's why right now they can only give you just a rough estimate of the figure. Female dentist trends: 85% of practitioners are under 45 years old, and this is the problem: 18 public dentists for 1 million Filipinos only po. So we need to really support the Philippine Dental Practice Public Health Society. We'll also like to give more credit in terms of the additional fee for public dentists. So that is beyond our control. So I would just like to give you a brief overview of who we are and what we do in terms of, sabi ko nga sa inyo kasi, I'm the president of KGR Dental Center, and we provide the local branding. So we are globally recognized company, but we have a local branding. So we are located in Las Piñas, and we are located in Parañaque. Our tagline is "Great Smile Begins Within," because we're able to get through with the heart of our patients. As you can see, this is my wife, Dr. Christine Joy Ruiz. We do have several patients coming from different countries. So as I said, medical tourism is a great avenue for your practice. So we'll talk about the professional branding a little later. So we thrive in an environment where we get patients from local and international, and it makes us satisfied and not toxic at the same time. Diba? Diba? All of the dentists siguro out there who's watching right now is really would want to have a career that is not toxic, but they do have patients coming in. So that's another topic actually. But that is part of the book. If you really wanted to get to know more about the traffic, if you really want to get to know more of the system that we apply in your clinic, of course, I know for the fact that there are several dentists who are really happy, they are contented, they are earning. But this is just an added information. This is written in my book. So I met Stupid Dentist, the dental marketing book. Now, let's proceed. So our market, so our target for the month. So I don't know. Siguro po, if you do have a higher target than this, just forgive me. But this is just a standard target that we apply in each hour per branches. This is a representation of one particular clinic. Of course, it varies from practice and business to business. All right. So if you're basically targeting 500,000 a month, and these are basically our figure, hitting an average of 89% every month. Of course, before we proceed, before we go on with all the slides down below, I would just like to make mention that each and every business, for those who are watching right now, I would like to state and recommend and suggest or force or require you to have each and every practice. If you do have several branches, treat them as different business unit. Magkakaiba po sila, and they or you should be able to give them individual target in terms of their practice, in terms of your business clinic capability. Okay, of course, it takes a lot of research, so it takes a lot of database business analytics, pero madali lang po yon. You can always come and discuss and talk to me with regards to the discussion. So just to sum it up, I would just like you to have a target per clinic. So walang clinic, walang business, walang practice na walang target. Okay? So I just want to give you a brief example of who we are and what we are doing in the clinic. So we have a target per clinic of 500,000, and we're basically hitting that on an average of 89% every month. No? Pero in 500,000 po, hindi po kita yon. No? So I would just like to make mention also for those who are watching right now, don't hesitate to ask questions. If you're watching, please state where your dental chapter so that I can give a shout out to your president and even to your society. And for those who are watching, thank you very much, Dr. Atatado, Dr. Alonso, Dr. Gonzalez, Dr. Susem, Dr. Iam. Thank you very much. Now, so we're basically hitting 89% of every month. So we can always state that the business is good, right? Business is really good. As I said on the research for 5 years, this is gonna be a great 5 years for the dental world, no? Not just in the Philippines. Number two, of course, we cannot avoid that challenge is part of dental business, and we, as a matter of fact, is actually planning for expansion again, and we again is a planning for massive, elegant renovation. We wanted to provide the impression that you never get a second chance to make a good first impression. So every impression is really a good one. So we wanted every patient to step into our clinic that they will feel that this is a nice clinic. This is a good clinic. So we wanted to really preserve the theme or the idea or the idealism of yours truly, Roche Ruiz, that you never get a second chance to make a good first impression. First impressions still exist. Now, so we are also planning to buy sophisticated equipment specifically for infection control and restoration. So I think this will not, after this ACQ, we will prioritize acquiring this. And that's why you have to look for some other recommendation at the end of the slides. What are the materials that you need to buy? What are the equipment that we need to add to our practice? Okay, I'll proceed. So if you do have a sales of 500, of course, this is just a standard presentation. Okay, standard presentation. So there are messages coming in session upon. There are several presentations that I'd like to give you, but it varies from clinic to clinic more. So laboratory, we are basically spending 100,000. For rent, we're basically paying 26,000. Utilities, 20,000, including supplies or water, etc. And supplies, inventory, we'll be able siguro we're going to add more on this after this enhanced community quarantine. And staff, we're giving 50,000 to our staff because we do have 4 staff that works for us. We have 1 DMD, yeah, and we have the second DMD is 15,000. Okay, so as you can see in here, it's very clear that the DMD are allocated there based on the expenses. So DMD salary is there and part of the expenses. Why? Because your doctor should be able to receive a salary. No, if you are the doctor, if you are the owner of the dental clinic, you have to give yourself a salary. So all the income, all of the payment of the clients or the customers or the patients will not goes directly to your pocket. Okay? Huwag mong ibubulsa. That is not yours. That is for your clinic. Because clinic is a business and that business should be able to provide and give you your salary. Okay? But who owns the clinic? Who owns the business? Ikaw rin po. So don't worry about that. So basically we just really would like to put a system on it. Okay? Proceed. So the total expenses is basically 281,000, and our clinic is really earning 219,000 per month. That is what we call the gross profit before tax. So I don't know how much your tax will be on a per monthly basis. So depending on your external auditor, depending on your external or retainer accountant. And so basically in our dental practice and in one particular branch, we are anticipating, we have forecasted, because based on target, we are going to have a 500,000 sales every month. So as I can see, as you saw on the presentation, we are hitting basically 89% because dental business is a good business. So 2.268,000 is the generated income for one particular clinic if you have set your target straight. Okay. Now, thank you very much, Dr. Edward Cotillo from Busuanga, Palawan. Thank you. I hope you're enjoying this one. Don't hesitate to just share and enjoy this presentation. I'll give you more information on the pandemic. Now, as I said, we have been doing a lot of business protocol. We have been doing a lot of great avenue in terms of dental business. 60 billion US dollars is designed to have for us to have this as a dental treatment, as a dental business. As I said, for 5 years continuously, we're going to have a great business. But this is before this pandemic, and that is about to change drastically and dramatically. I would like to share again this slide that is about to change drastically and dramatically. That is about to change drastically and dramatically. Now, again, for those who have just tuned in right now, what will I expect when I reopen my clinic? What are the necessary precautionary measures do I and my staff have to do in order for us to feel and safe, to feel and be safe? How much will I charge now? Will I lower to get more momentum or high to get back on sales traction? So this is a never-ending battle that you have to really answer. Probably will provide you the answer at after this presentation. So let's talk about this pandemic. So COVID-19. So what is this crazy virus that we have right now? I was watching this early at 9 o'clock in the morning po, at CNN. The World Health Organization says all of us are susceptible to this kind of virus. All of us, all of the human being in the world are susceptible to this kind of virus. So what can we do today? Dentists out there, you are not excused. You are susceptible and you may be exposed. So this is an infection disease caused by a newly discovered coronavirus. And most people infected with this experience mild to moderate to serious problem. Let's talk about, again, alam ko na po that you have were able to identify that, but this is so alarming. It's almost causing infections to around 1.5 million people in the world. And there are 210 countries affected and 80,000 deaths. Includes dentists and doctors. So we are not susceptible. You can be exposed and we can be exposed. Right? So I would just like to mention that as a dentist, we do have a lot of things to work on. You do have a lot of precautionary measures to do. And it saddened me that, we're basically going back to basic. It backtracked us more than 40 years in terms of our practice, in terms of the branding that we have built. Again, we have experienced the Spanish flu in the 1918. It's able to kill, 50 million people. We have experienced Asian flu in 1957. We have experienced Hong Kong flu in 1968. We've also experienced SARS last 2002. Ito po yung mga naranasan natin. And ito po yung mga patay. 1 million death, 1.1 million death. Ang sa SARS, all the while, we thought that this is going to be like SARS. All the while, that this is going to be like H1N1 or SARS, wherein we killed only 774 people. But now it's more than 80,000. So it's really a dangerous situation for all of us, not just for the dentist, not just for the doctors, but for all of us, but especially dentists. Okay? So we know for the fact, again, that this one is being spread by a nose and by coughing and sneezing. So we have to practice really the respiratory etiquette. Okay? And I would just like to make mention. I would just like to highlight this. I really would just like, to give you an information about the workers who face the greatest coronavirus. 5 Number one, paramedics and doctors. Exposure to disease is 89%. Yung physical proximity, yung gaano siya kalapit dun sa pasyente that may have this COVID is 97%. Personal care aides, exposure to disease, 62%. Physical proximity, 86%. Nursing assistant, physical proximity, 91%. Exposure to disease, 83%. Exposure to nurses naman, exposure to disease is 80%. Physical proximity is 77%. As you can see, as I said, there are 5 at-risk healthcare professions with their respective scores. And we have identified in these slides, 4 lang po. Why? Because I'd just like to focus your attention here. As a dentist, the exposure to diseases or to COVID-19 is as high as 95%. So you only have 5% safety net. And your physical proximity, just like on that picture, masyadong dikit naman yata si Dr. As you can see in the physical proximity, you are so much in contact with your patients. That is why you answer me. Doctor, sagutin niyo po ako. Are you going to practice today, or are you still very much willing to wait for the proper guidelines? Again, the 5 workers that are prone to COVID-19, doctors, personal care aides, nursing assistant, nurses. Of course, meron pa po dyan yung other. If you're going to reach top 10, yung mga janitors, other workers, frontliners, military, police. But these are the top 5 most common exposed to those coronavirus. Okay? So Q&A about COVID-19. How does this COVID-19 spread? It is actually can be spread person to person. When the mouth is open, the aerosols come out, the droplets, it can pass on to any other individuals who are in proximity with that COVID-19 patients positive. Okay? Next, is there a vaccine for the virus? Unfortunately, not yet. And CDC says that it will probably take them 18 months for us to be able to identify this virus. If it's effective, only then we can be assured that we can be safe for this COVID-19. Okay? Next, so what are we going to do? But before we proceed with that, Dr. Edward Kitilio, thank you very much. Dr. Esquerel, thank you very much. The questions, I will be able to Dr. Carlos Tolosa, do you have a business model right now for a group practice, fee arrangement for associate dentists and independent contractors? Yeah, is it based on their clinical experience? Industrial dentist investor for dental business with local foreign ventures. I do have several arrangements. I do have several business model for that, Dr. Carlos. It's also part of the book, but based on the investor, it's just on the other book. It's not published there. It's not part of that particular book. So, what are we going to do now? We have to increase our immunity. We have to take a lot of supplement antioxidant. We have to have disinfection every 4 hours. If you can do it in our house, you have to do it also in your clinic. No, so disinfection meaning you spray to all all corners of your clinic every 4 hours. Then iba pa po yung after every treatment. That's a totally different thing. It is a must. No? So you disinfect, you sanitize every patient, but you disinfect every 4 hours. That is just an additional precautionary measure that you can take. Wear a mask when going outside, and you have to, of course, other respiratory etiquette. You have to do that. Okay. Now, before we talk about how will it affect the dental world, this is a great opportunity for me to also share with you some of the industry that were really very much affected with this. But again, Dental Marketing Philippines page, you can just like and share. You can even watch the replay, but you'll not be able to get my answers if you have questions. You can ask me questions anytime. So thank you very much for those who are watching right now. I really appreciate your support. We do have a lot of learnings. We do have a lot of webinars. that we will be able to provide you for free. Aviation, tourism, banking, transportation, food, travel agency, sports. So these are the industries that were affected. The bank, no? Siguro naka-receive na po kayo ng mga messages sa credit card nyo that we are extending yung grace period for 30 days. We're not going to impose you penalties if you pay delayed. So for mga housing loan nyo, car loan nyo, so everybody will have this pandemic freedom in terms of payment. So we are all affected, and the BSP said they will not impose any penalties, but they are expecting a lot of problems when the enhanced community quarantine are lifted, because there will be a lot of people who cannot be able to pay their loans. So that is the concern. Okay, so food industry, Philippine consumer retail sectors is of course one of the most affected. As you can see there, 70%, 73% of the country's GDP is from Luzon. As you know for the fact that Luzon is the one covered by enhanced community quarantine. And as you can see, the pre-COVID forecast, we're going to have bababa na nga po no? Pero yung 2020 bumaba pa yung forecast natin. So it's really a lot of people are saying, 2020 is actually not a good year for us. Even the Tokyo Olympic, when you talk about sports, all of the sports, whether it's going to be football, volleyball, basketball, soccer, affected. And just like Tokyo Olympics being held every 4 years, now it's moved to next year, 2021. So we really have a lot of problems to consider, considering all of this pandemic. And aviation, loss of revenue is around 113 US dollars billion. 113 billion. If I'm going to ask you, dentists, are you willing to go out and travel even after the enhanced community quarantine? We are not seeing that in the whole full year of 2020 and probably the first quarter of 2021. So there will be no travel. That's why the tourism industry is also one of the most well affected in terms of 72.5 billion US dollars lost. And alam niyo po kung sino pang isang super duper affected with this? Many travel agencies have closed now. I do have several friends, 3 or 4, they don't have business. They are forced to find another source of income because they have closed down their travel agency. No one would ever would like to travel, even local and somewhere international. So they've lost the business. They invested there, or they have lost the business. For the dentistry, don't worry. It's going to be a great avenue. So I said before this pandemic, we're looking into a great revenue features of this dentistry. But we're looking into another future after this pandemic. I'm going to show you a little later on. Again, for those who are watching at their home, for those who are tuning in, don't hesitate to just mention where you are from, so we'll be able to give a shout out to you. Okay? Now, let's see how it affects your business. As again, dental profession is your dental practice, and dental clinic is your business. Let's see how it will affect the business. Number 1. Tama po ba ito? Doctor, no patient, no income. No income, no patient. No consultations at the same time. So as I talked to the Philippine Dental Association, they were able to identify 7 societies that the patient will be accommodated if they would want to ask question. But again, Philippine dentists would like to have a personal touch, would like to really be consulted one by one physically. Really, we wanted to see the open mouth. We really wanted to see that kind of procedure, but unfortunately, we cannot do it now. And I hope you will not experience this. I hope it does not come into your mind or does not flow around your circle in the top of your head. A lot of dentists now, or some of the dentists, are looking for some other business. Wag po kayo alala. It's also your chance to create a new avenue of business, but please don't leave your dental world. Dental business is a great business, I'm telling you. Okay? Thank you very much for those watching again. Now, I would just like to reiterate this. Exposure to diseases is 95%. Physical proximity is 99%. That's how exposed you are. That's how dangerous dentistry is today, just for today. This enhanced community quarantine. That's why even the Philippine Dental Association said that you have to consider that all of your patients are COVID-19 positive. So pandemic affect your dental profession and dental business. Okay. So now we're trying to open up with teledentistry. It is a must for us that implement this. No PPE, don't practice. We also have questions in our mind. How long will it last? Is it going to be okay to start doing practice after April 30? The answer is it may be no. It may be not yet. And will I be able to recover my business? Will I be able to have the traction, get back into a sales traction positively going up the ladder? Will I be able to get a lot of learnings and start earning? Can you make it through? We make it through. And please let us not experience the practice bankruptcy that happened in 1946. All right, so let's proceed. So infection control and protocol and procedures, I know most of you, or of course the dentist, as curious as you may be, you wanted to really to get hold of the latest information. You probably watch YouTube. You probably are using a lot of information coming from CNN, coming from other news channel. But what can a dentist do today? A dentist, what you can do today is you get information and guidelines from number one is you get from hindi kay Carlo Nograles. You have to get it from IATF COVID-19. So it's an interagency task force. They are the one giving all the guidelines. They're the one giving all the protocols, and they're the one giving us information, update us on a regular daily basis. So it is a must for us to really just seek their guidelines in terms of other businesses. So we also have to consider, we have to also listen to the Department of Health. They are the one in control. They are actually the lead task force for the lead agency that provides information to IATF, and of course to your mother organization. It is a must really to respect and get their guidance, because that's still our organization. That is your organization. You just have to respect, wait and wait. We just hope that they will be issuing guidelines. Of course, they will also rely on the information given by some other agencies of the government. So this is a group effort. This is an opportunity for us to be able to unite and really seek help from the government, and at the same time help for those who are doing their best to really protect us from infection. So I would just like to make mention that even FDI and ADA and PDA, so this is your organization, heed the numerous call to temporarily suspend all non-urgent procedure until the crisis is over and health officials indicate this is appropriate to resume. So you have to really consider waiting for the following guidelines coming for the guidance coming from your mother organization, because no other organization can give you the guidelines for you to be able to start the practice. Even the PDA, from the post of Dr. Stephen P. Almonte, the president, the father of PDA, please stop all dental procedures you may have been exposed. Because if you want to be safe, you have to consider, you have to presume that all of the patient coming in from your dental office is a COVID-19 positive, so that you have a mindset of full protection if you are ready to go and the guidelines are set, and there will be announcement that you can start practice. Okay, next, all your patients. So this is the common problem that usually happens, not just during this pandemic, not just during quarantine. This is really happening not just for dentists, even doctors. Are your patients lying to you? Tama, no? Sadly, some of them, yes, and basically 35% of patients lie to their doctors. The dentist is no exceptions. So this is a bad news, not only for dentist-patient relation, which would be funded on honest. Dapat po lahat ng mga pasyente nagsasabi ng katotohanan. Eh, nga lang po propi eh. Oh, bawal sa iyo malansa, you don't have to eat egg, you don't have to eat fish, no? Babalik sa iyo namamaga. No, wala naman po akong kinain na bawal eh. See? But you know, deep inside your mind, deep inside your heart, that this patient is lying. What more if they have been exposed to this pandemic virus? What more if they have a travel history and they would really want to seek your dental support or dental help or dental procedure? So you might be exposed. And just like for this particular purpose, now patient's lie puts dentists in isolation. This was actually published in Bangkok Post in Thailand. This is a newspaper section. It was published April 1, 2020 at 4:08 p.m. As a result, dentist now is a person under investigation, puts him away from his family for quarantine. So this will definitely, this is not unusual. This is really happening. And this is the current thing that we have to remember. When patients come into our clinic, patients also has companions. And that would double our exposure and double our problems and double our investigation. So it's really we need to have a great effort in terms of really assessing, identifying all of these concerns. I think I'll be able to share some of the slides later. Okay, so let's proceed. So investigatory power is needed now in dentistry. So we have to train our frontliner. And who's our frontliner? Our medical secretary, our receptionist. So this should be trained on how to properly arrest or properly investigate all of these patients. And we also have to have a physical distancing in your in your in your reception. So it's really it's going to be a new nurse. There will be a lot of changes in your dental practice, and we have to do that. There's no way but we can protect ourselves if we're not going to do that. Okay? So again, just like to give shout out for those Dr. Rick. Maraming salamat, Dr. Gabby, who's really just like to make mention that is really helping a lot of the frontliners. Dr. Cherry, Dr. Celis, thank you very much. Please don't hesitate to ask questions, and you can also state where you are from so that I can probably give a shout out to your city, okay, or your dental chapters that you're affiliated in, or even society. Next, why do you need to stop? Sorry. So these are the things that really bothers me around. Kasi kasama, may nag-uusap po kami ng presidente nyo, eh, may nakita daw siya nagpa-practice pa. So, nakakasad, no? I think we just have to respect, we just have to follow the issuance of government that, and even your organization, that we have to stop practicing first. Unless, later, it's going to be emergency, no? But again, proper guidelines should be set first. Yeah. Why do you have to stop practice? One, most of the procedures produce aerosols, and that will cause a problem. That can kill you. Hindi, pahihirapan ka muna, or maybe hospitals. But if you have a increased immune system, then maybe you can get away with that. But let us just be safe. Don't practice. Number two, some patients COVID-19 positive, the doble patient, is asymptomatic. Yan. I think this is one of the most crucial in terms of this need for you to stop doing practice, because COVID-19 positive na pala, hindi nyo pa alam. Because it's asymptomatic. So we really have to really create an effort really to protect ourselves, but the protection really in this time, no practice at all. Next. Clinic mostly are not equipped with high volume vacuum system, autoclaves, and most especially PPEs. No? Siguro after this pandemic, of course, you'll be able to acquire or require or get some of this acquisition mo. Mag-acquire ka na ng mga ganitong equipment for you to really be safe. No? Right after this enhanced community quarantine, and no guidelines yet were released by your organization or by authority, IITF or DOH. So we must wait for that guidelines. Okay? So I hope I am clear. I'm coming from the point of view of the dental business owner. I'm coming from the point of view of patient. I'm coming from the point of view of dentist. I'm coming from the point of view of marketing. I'm coming from the point of view of government. All of the sectors are really saying us to stop practice first. Patients, dentists, emergency cases that may be allowed if your local authority have set proper guidelines. Okay, so I'd just like to share this one. So cellulitis, compromising patient airways, of course, syempre, hindi na makahinga. So you just have to make recommendations. But again, severe dental pain, trauma, dental jams for radio onco. But before proceeding with all of those, you have to seek guidance from your mother organization. At the same time, you have to do investigatory procedure first during your reception. Even if they are suffering from all of these problems, but they did not pass your investigatory or interview on the first phase, you are not allowed to do that. You have to refer it directly to the hospital. Okay? So, malinis po, malinaw. Thank you very much. Now, so this is basically some of the materials that we're going to use. So, iba-iba. So, I would just like to share this slide. This is actually from I got this from the International Dentistry Association, FDI, and also from the ADA Research Center. So this is now the procedure. So you do have dental patient. So you have to do an initial screening. So this is going to be the part of protocol, part of the standard in your dental practice. Initial screening. Although we're doing this on a regular daily basis before this pandemic, but this one is totally different. There will be an increased risk potential questioning. There will be a lot of questions that you have to ask. There will be a lot of information that you have to add in your form. Initial screening, if you can provide telescreening, that would be best. So telescreening, that you can that there will be a discussion for you between you and the patient. Then you can ask a lot of questions that would be more advantageous, because telescreening, of course, it has a physical interaction. And there will also be an initial patient evaluation where when you are already inside the clinic. As I said, the form will drastically change. If you find the symptoms of COVID-19, suspected COVID-19 positive, go with the right one. Go to the left one. Go to the left one. No, so this one left. And if they don't have travel history and no, you can epidemiological link, then you can do a dental treatment or dental procedure. No, but again, if you have a proper set guidelines na, and if you have an initial screening, telescreening, or the form is really complete with all of the questions. So now, a lot of dentists now will be tatamaan ngayon sa mga tamad ng magpalista ng mga information. No, may mga dentista wala nang screening. Yan. Wala nang screening. Please, it's a great opportunity for you now to evaluate your telescreening and initial patient evaluation. Okay? Right, let's proceed po. What will I expect when I reopen my clinic? So you have to expect that there will be extra measures. There will be extra cost. You have to expect that there will be patients. Patient will be coming in. Don't worry about that. You will have great opportunity. You will have great market. You will have also a lot of patients coming in, but of course it will slow down. Okay. So if they will pass to the screening, then you can treat them after the ACQ and after the guidelines. So we'll go back to that presentation with the new protocol, with the standards. But let us talk about the government support and how are you going to relate with this. So we have identified the DTI, the DOH, local government unit, the SSS, Pag-ibig, the SWD, Bangko Sentral. They are all really helping us. And government support, I would just like to make mention that the SWD is giving those who are not earning. Now, this is debatable na naman to ng mga 4Ps. And DTI is giving us 500,000 loan provision, which I will avail. No? Yours truly will be able to avail that. And MSME granting of 30 days grace period on rent. It's not 30-day free rent, huh? So it's just a grace period on rent. And ito na po. I would just like you to listen. I would just like to look into this. Micro, small, medium enterprise as defined by law It's any business activity, whether it's registered as single proprietorship, partnership, or a corporation. Okay, so you are considered MSME, then you can avail the loan provision, which gives you only 5%, no, 0.5% ang interest. Okay, so in the local settings, we don't have any company. This is part of the excerpts from my book. Based on the random PDA research 2008 to 2010, there have been 97% 03 ratio with regards to a dental clinic, 97% single proprietorship, and 3% registered corporation. Our dentists are the no, dentists qualified for the DTI loan support for MSMEs. So this is a great question. So if you have this PTR or professional tax receipt that gives you the right to practice but does not give you to do business. Okay? So you are not qualified if you are not registered as a single corporation or single proprietorship. Of course, may single corporation or partnership. So I would just like to make mention of that. But as I said, sabi ni Dr. Steve is going to write a letter. Maybe it can be considered, but I don't really would like to go on debate with regards to that, because the law specifically define that micro, small, medium enterprise, any business activity where there are registered po as single proprietorship, partnership, or corporation. So it is a must for you to have a loan to get back on the treatment. The TTI can give you that the help. So pandemic effect to your dental business. So again, teledentistry, no PPE, and how long will it last? Recovery of business, and what are the necessary precautionary measures do I and my staff have to do in order for us to feel safe? Number one, ito po, this is another new norms that I'd like to share. All dental staff must wear PPEs. Okay? So wala na pong hindi mag-PPE, even if they are receptionists, even if they are secretaries. Of course, we just still wait for the proper guidelines, but what we are saying is we are going to do this in our own clinic. And also, we're going to still respect whatever is the additional information that will be able to the mother organization will recommend. Number two, dentist will have to have at least 10 sets of PPEs in one of their clinics. Okay, so if you do have 10 branches, you have to have 100 PPEs. It may sound so absurd, it may sound so over, but this is what we're going to do. In our clinic, we're going to have 10 PPEs for each dentist. Okay? So probably, sige na, you can start with 5, no? But 1 patient, 1 PPE. This is our recommended. This should be medical grade, autoclavable. Okay? So 1 patient, 1 PPE. So if you're going to see 5 patients in a day, I firmly believe and firmly suggest that you have to use 1 PPE per patient. Okay? So if you're going to see 6 patients and if you only have 5 PPE, you have to reschedule that the next day. Clear? So that is what we're going to do, and that is not the recommendation of your organization, but that is, I think, the safest way that we can be able to really share in our clinic. And dentist sa amin, no, just in our behalf, will not bring the PPEs home. Okay? So, laundry bin in the clinic. There should be a laundry bin, at kung may malapit na laundry shop, doon na lang po papalabahan. Okay? So that is our recommendation. So if you're going to see 10 patients, you must have 10 PPEs. And every day, if you're going to see, if for example, you have 10 PPEs and you're going to see 5 patients, then you can still have 5 for another one. So every 2 days or every day, kailangan labahan. Okay? Ang PPE. So we recommend that it should be placed in the bin of your dental clinic, which are being sanitized, as I said, every 4 hours. The whole clinic must be disinfected every 4 hours. Now, the standard personal protective gear, let's talk about that. No? So you have disposable hood, disposable non-woven gown, disposable eye gear, surgical glass, gloves, disposable shoe cover. As you can see, non-woven should be disposable. Tri-ply mouth, mask. So all should be disposable. Okay? So this is the standard. Yeah, of course, you're asking me, ako, napakamahal naman yan. So every day, every patient, disposable na po. One patient, one disposable. This is the standard. But of course, I know for the fact that this will not ever happen, especially during this case. But it should always be like this. Of course, yung gloves should be disposable. The mask should be disposable. But you'll be asking me, pwede ba yung gown? Hindi. Of course, ito na po tayo. Okay, we'll proceed with this. 2 gloves, disposable. So I have to wear 2 gloves. So yung mga ordinary na bibili natin, di ba? Yung per box of 150 pesos per gloves. I at this time, hanggat matapos po siguro ang taon, we have to use 2 gloves. And we have to have hairnet. And we have to have shoe cover. All of this disposable. And the yellow color there is no face shield, no practice. Again, face shield is very important to protect the aerosols from really going into our eyes, going to our nose, even going to our face. Okay, next. 3-ply mask, disposable. Should be 3-ply mask. And if you're using cloth mask, na washable, one patient change it after. Okay? So, put it in the laundry bin. If you're going to use mahal na rin po kasi ang mask ngayon. Ang selling price is 28 pesos ng disposable, yung 3-ply. And the cloth are 50 pesos, 40 pesos, and 95 is 180, 200. Too much. But that's why we're going to use cloth mask. But recommended for us po, one patient, one mask, tap, laba. Okay, laundry bin. And goggles, goggle, sanitize after one patient. Of course, we cannot buy like goggles na disposable. So after one patient, sanitize, then you can use that again. No face shield, no practice steel. It's one of the best protection that we can have. Okay, so let's proceed. So standard personal protective gear, PPE, medical grade, taffeta, washable, autoclavable, one patient, one PPE. Probably this one is good for 6 months. Then you throw it away. PPE, Teslan, microfiber, water repellent, can be disinfected, pero medyo dahan-dahan lang po, baka masira. So this is the materials. This one patient, one PPE, good for 3 months. So this is still recommended. One patient, one PPE, then laundry bin. One patient, one PPE. So you have to invest in PPE. If you want microfiber, if you want medical grade taffeta, if you want disposable, then you can do so. But our recommendation, what we're going to do in the clinic, it should be like one patient, one PPE, and that's it. Okay? So no, right now there are a lot of people selling PPE. Just buy it from the reliable company that supplies PPE. A lot of resellers, a lot of nagsasamantala ng na hindi naman nagpapakita. So you just have to get official receipts from medical suppliers. And also probably you can get discounts, if you're going to buy it more. So PPE, medical grade, basta ang rule po is one patient, one PPE. That's our recommendation. And really have to really put this into purpose. So after use, put that into your clinic's covered laundry bin. Covered laundry bin. Okay? And sanitize. Then you can sanitize them. Of course, new norms for clinic, the standard equipment. You have to have vacuum maker, air purifier is very important. Air evacuator is also needed. And Insumo disinfectant every 4 years, every 4 hours. So that is our new norms that we're going to apply in our clinic. Okay? So thank you very much. Again, for those who have just tuned in, thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much. You can always share this. And we do have a lot of webinars. We do have a lot of information to share with you. And I really appreciate your support. and for us to be able to learn and get more updates during this enhanced community quarantine. Now, how much will I charge now? This is the perfect question. This is the moment that you were asking for. Will I lower it to get momentum or high to get back on sales traction? So a lot of people will say, I'm going to charge 4,000 pesos for clinic. I'm going to charge 5,000 for prophylaxis. Hindi naman po. Sobra naman po. Sample computation. If you're using disposable PPEs, actually, it's going to be more expensive. Mura po yung disposable, but you're going to charge it more expensive. See? If you're going to buy the washable, autoclavable, no? ang microfiber, hindi yata autoclavable, no? If you're going to buy autoclavable, the washable na PPE, no, mas mahal from comparing to disposable, but you can add just a few $100. So 100 pesos. This is just a range. Of course, this is just a recommendation from your tuli, and this is what we're going to do in our clinic. If you're considering your risk factors, add more. Long procedure, we recommend the disposable. Okay? So if it's going to be long procedure, because the aerosols really comes up from different parts of the body, it should always be disposable. That is our recommendation. Okay? What if clinic is DTI registered? We should be eligible for the DTI MSME loan. Dr. Yazon, yeah, I firmly believe if it's registered as a single proprietorship, if it's registered under partnership, it's registered under single corporation or a corporation that owns more than 5, I think you're very much capable of getting a loan from DTI. Thank you very much. So how much will I charge now? So actually, sa mga dental professional, hindi naman po magbabago ng kanong kalaki. So don't worry, the patients still can accommodate, you still can have a lot of patients. You can patients will not be shocked, no? Na ganun na kamahal yung mga charging nyo. Okay? But this is our recommendation. This is our procedures. This is what we're going to do. And also we're going to give importance with the guidelines set by the organization. We're still going to apply that once the guidance is out. So filling, extraction, propy. Of course, there are several treatments that you'd like to consider. So basically, it's the same. So wala pong pagbabago because ganito lang po ang nangyari. The cost of PPE, siguro yung disposable is just 300. The cost of PPE for tapeta is 750 or 700. So probably you can use that for 6 months. So divided by 2 or 3 patients a day, the cost of PPE is just 10 pesos. Consultation is the same. As you can see in the consultation, mas mahal po ang single if you're using the disposable, of course, of PPE. Okay? Thank you very much. Now, change your mindset. So, as a dentist, you are a great business person. Every dentist likes a great business person. All you have to do is just change your mindset. Just like now, for those who are watching right now, I want you to, pwede po ako mag-request. Okay, I would just like you, probably in just 3 seconds, reflect. No, this is what we're going to do. No, this is just a practice. I would like each and every dentist to go with me. Just close your eyes for 3 seconds. Wait for my instruction. Okay. This is how you change your mindset. This is how you, whatever your mind perceive, really your body can achieve. Okay. Now, can conceive pala. No, change your mindset. Close your eyes for 3 seconds. Think about a lemon. A lemon. Think about a lemon na isasaw-saw nyo sa asin. Think it. Think it. Yan, sinasaw-saw nyo sa asin. Okay, we're done. Naglaway kayo, di ba? So it's all about perception. It's all about what your mind can conceive. So don't think that there will be bankruptcy of dentistry. Don't think that it's going to be a not good business for this year. This year, next year, it's going to take us long for us to get back on track, but this is the end of the road for you. This is still a great avenue for your success. This is still a great practice. This is still a great profession that you are into. So I would like to congratulate all of you that you have changed your mindset, and this is my recommendation during this time of enhanced community quarantine. My recommendation for all of the dentists out there. Maraming salamat po sa inyo. First phase today. So that is today. And there will be second phase after ECQ. And third phase is what we call the recovery. Okay? Again, the latest CNN news, we are all susceptible. So we just have to increase our immunity. We just have to be happy every time. My recommendation is number one, learn to do marketing and marketing plan for 2021. Okay. Okay. So learn to do marketing plan for 2021. Read books about marketing. Watch my YouTube channel. You're gonna learn a lot from that. Later po, pakita ko po sa inyo. Then, second phase, think, pray, relax. And pagtapos na po ito, then get back to work slowly. Don't try hard to earn that much. Huwag mo agad bawiin. Take it slowly. Pray and rethink. Okay? Recovery. So this is where after 3 months, we are going to start recovery. I just hope that it will not be extended, but I'm assuming there will still be some guidelines that will prevent us from practicing. Be patient, stay focused. Have a fresh graduate mentality. Pagka-graduate mo, di ba, you are so idealist. You wanted to start your profession, you wanted to have this kind of business. So you have to have that mindset and how you step up the ladder and attaining what you have right now. Okay, so those are the recommendations from phase 1, phase 2, and phase 3, and we can have it now. Don't worry. Okay? Now, summary. Number 1, do dental marketing, but not to get patients, but to build brand. And this is what we call professional branding. Again, if you have several disciplines, if you have 5 disciplines, if you have 6 disciplines, I recommend you to just concentrate on 2 and a maximum of 3 disciplines for you to be able to have a great professional branding. Okay? Number 2, plan your business by doing an internal assessment or getting realistic projections. When you project, you don't project 1 month, you don't project 2 months, you project at this time after the ECQ, you project your 2020 until December 2020 and start doing a marketing plan for 2021. On how to do marketing plan, you can check it in my YouTube video. Kailangan niyo po yan. Ang dali lang pong gawin. Okay? Next. Number 3, be positive, but be ready to start hard. Okay? We always have to come up with a realization. We have to be aware that this is going to be hard. This is not going to be easy, but this is not the end of the road for you. Okay? Number 4, charge right, but not cheap. Okay? So again, this opens up an opportunity for all the dentists out there to charge right, but not cheap. Okay? So with that, so those are the summaries that I would like to really share with you. And for dentistry, this may mean that patients initially focus on emergency procedures or the treatment that really matters to them. So this might be happening after the few months after ECQ, but there is an alternative possibility where patients fresh from house arrest or ECQ go all out and spend money on things that make them look good and feel better. These completely different consumer reactions were recorded after life-changing incidents such as 911. Marami nagsasabi, baka ma-quarantine ulit tayo. I would want my teeth cleaned. I would want to be smiling every day kahit nasa bahay lang ako. So they will invest in their treatments. So in a nutshell, there is no point on being negative about the future of dental profession. Again, always be positive. Lahat tayo maging positive. Habang may buhay, may pag-asa. For those who are watching, mabuhay kayo. For those who have stay with me from the beginning of this lecture, you do have a lot of lectures. You just like Dental Marketing Philippines page, you're gonna be having a lot of webinars for free. And with that, I would just like to thank you very much. Maraming salamat po sa lahat ng mga dentistang nanood ngayon. Kahit mga hindi dentista, maraming salamat po sa inyo. I hope that may natutunan kayo. Again, I'm Roche Ruiz. I'm the author of Admit Stupid Dentist. So this is a dental marketing book that really gives you an opportunity to share more. And you can like my YouTube channel, Roche P. Ruiz, MBA Marketing. You're gonna learn a lot of traction. Marami pong matututunan doon, especially marketing plan. You need it today. You need it 2021. And you can check out my Facebook page, Roche P. Ruiz. And you can also join the dental marketing page, Smile Line Elite Group. So with that, maraming salamat po sa inyo. At sana po ay nag-enjoy kayo sa ating presentation. Thank you very much. Maraming salamat po sa inyo. For those who have watched this webinar, maraming salamat. I'm gonna end this video, but watch out for more lectures. April 13, we're going to have one. April 16, April 17. So it's going to be a lot of learnings while we enjoy this quarantine period. Maraming salamat po.